Hi guys, Ricotta here. If you're new, welcome. If you're coming back, what's up? So on today's video, I will show you guys a cook and clean with me. I'll be cooking lasagna soup for dinner. So for tonight's dinner, we're going to be making lasagna soup. So we have ground beef, lasagna noodles, olive oil, beef broth, tomato sauce, diced tomato, onion, garlic. You can use fresh or the squeezed garlic, salt and pepper, and Italian seasoning. So first off, I'm going to start by boiling the lasagna noodles for about like 5 minutes. And I'm going to cook the meat and cut up the onions and then put the onions in the ground beef. So the first thing, I went ahead and chopped up the onions. So I'm going to go ahead and put the onions in there. I like to go ahead and add a little salt and pepper to the onions, just a little bit, just so give it a little bit of seasoning, and then you can smell it in the air. It smells so good. Let's get browned up a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put the noodles in the water. Like I said, I usually like to take the noodles and just cut them into smaller pieces because they do tend to increase in size once you put them. And I won't let them boil for long because I want them to cook with the meat and everything. So you can also make this recipe in the crock pot if you wanted to. It would take longer to cook in the crock pot. Right now it's probably going to take about 30 minutes for this to cook. But if you just want to throw everything together in the crock pot, I usually like to cook the meat first. If I'm throwing it in the crock pot, I'll just cook the meat and then just throw everything in the crock pot and let it simmer for like 2 to 4 hours. You got to make sure you cut these small too, because they will end up, when they expand, they will be big chunks of lasagna noodles. So I'll go ahead and stir up the lasagna noodles. So now I have the noodles going, and I have the meat and the onions cooking up. And then once I'm done doing that, I'll go ahead and put the tomato paste and the diced tomatoes along with the beef broth in a bigger pot to have that simmer. And then I'll just add everything together.
We're dancing now.
So I'm gonna go ahead and add the tomato sauce in the bigger pan along with the diced tomato. Alright, and now I'm gonna go ahead and add the broth in here using the beef broth. Right, I'm gonna add the noodles in here. I'm gonna actually add the meat as well, and then just let it go simmer for about 30 to 45 minutes. Here. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a taste and see if I need to add any salt and pepper to it. Oh, tastes good. Add a little bit more Italian dressing or Italian seasoning. pepper. It's good on the salt. What I'm going to do is go ahead and add a little bit of water, actually. Because once the noodles expand, it's going to soak up the water. So I'm just going to add additional 2 cups of water. I'm going to go ahead and let that cook for 30 minutes. Looking good so far.